front room because the washing machine's going like crazy, and yeah, I wanted to chat. So I read your comments like all the time. We've already established that I suck at replying to comments, but I do read them, and I've just been reading them while I was having my lunch. And I've been getting quite a lot of people ask me if I still use my Fauxbonichi, because I haven't done any flip throughs, show and tells, all of that kind of stuff. The very quick answer to that is yes, I do still use it. Yeah, I haven't done any flip throughs for a while. And I've noticed actually that I don't really see any other I can't say flip throughs. Flips. I haven't really seen any other flips coming up on YouTube either, so I don't know whether the hobonichi thing has gone out of fashion or what. But I never really understood with the Fauxbonichi, because for me I was always like, what is the Fauxbonichi about? Is it the book, i.e. the way it looks and the gridded paper, or was it the style of journaling, you know? Because people do like to label journals and journaling, and you know, whether you, should I sit down? Whether you scrapbook or you smashbook or you junk journal, you do mixed media art where you put loads of stuff down on a page and use loads of acrylic paint, or you just use text, or you use stickers and ephemera and all that stuff. Whatever you do, right? Whatever you do, it is still just journaling. And I think people get hung up on terms and what it's called, and I think it's where One Book July is really useful. Side note, I'm thinking I should get a selfie stick, because I'm like holding my hand up and it gets tiring after a while, which is why I fidget and switch. It's just a journal, and I think people get really hung up and concerned and blocked by labels, because some people are like, oh, I can only do this form of journaling in this book, and I can only do this form of journaling in this book. And that's one of the things that like One Book July was kind of all about, in my opinion, is not just streamlining your planning processes, but also allowing yourself, or giving yourself permission to just do what the hell you liked in one book, rather than being like, I have to use this book for this. And yeah, so I think a lot of people get hung up on that, and I've never 100% known, as I say, what the Fauxbonichi thing is about. I'm not gonna lie, I do have different journals on the go. You know, you know that I do have different journals on the go, and that is because some journals or some papers within journals just call to me in a certain way, you know. Some paper take different media or whatever, or the way a book's bound. You know, you could perhaps add more ephemera to that book and it could grow better than other books, that kind of thing. So I do have plenty of journals on the go all the time, and it's because I do enjoy doing it. And yeah, so it's really difficult, like, you know, I hate it labeling. So what I'm saying is, like, what is Fauxbonichi? Like, so for me, I was really inspired and by Miss Vicky B here on YouTube, and she was the person who inspired me, enabled me, got me into a Fauxbonichi. Prior to seeing her videos, I'd never really heard of one. And I, as I say, I was really inspired by her videos, and I bought myself the Paper Chase gridded notebook, or it's the same as like the Miguel Ruiz book that you get in Borders in the States. So I bought myself one of those because I couldn't justify the price of the real deal for the real hobonichi, and I don't like, other than a planner that I'm using as a planner for future stuff, I don't like dated journals. I've kind of talked about that before, because I don't always journal every day, and I hate missing a page. And for me, journaling is usually something that's done in the moment, and so I never really go back and re-journal everything. So I hate having a dated page. So a faux brut was always better for me than the dated. So yeah, I was really inspired by Vicky and by the way she was journaling. She was in her Fauxbonichi, she was doing like little doodles of her day. So I kind of did that really. I started doing that with mine. My Fauxbonichi for a while did sort of take the lead. I can't remember why now. I think I'd finished a journal and I kind of wasn't necessarily digging. See, when I journal a lot, I have to admit that I do tend to prefer to journal at night while sitting on the sofa with John watching the telly. That is my preferred. And I found that I had a really, really, really big journal. That was it. And it was just kind of like too big to put on my lap. It was really good when I was working at the desk and stuff, but sitting on my lap, it was kind of a bit too big. And because I do sort of journaling sitting on the sofa or whatever, I want mediums that are fairly clean and not really messy. So I tend to use watercolours with my water brush. And now I've got my Prismacolors. I've been starting to use my Prismacolors, so I like something that's kind of fairly clean and tidy. Yeah, so I was kind of in between journals. I don't do so much mixed media as I used to do. I only really get the messy paints out when I'm painting specifically for dashboards, because as I say, I tend to journal mostly on the sofa in the evenings, so I don't kind of get all my messy stuff out, and I want to spend time with John. You know, he's been at work all day and stuff, and the evenings are short anyway. You know, by the time we've had dinner and stuff, the last thing I want to do is kind of go upstairs, and I've been in my room most of the day potentially doing work anyway, so I don't always feel like squirreling myself away to get messy and do messy painting. So I prefer to kind of sit downstairs with something, either dry media or less messy, like my watercolours. So for a while my Fauxbonichi did really take the lead, and then stuff happened, didn't it, earlier in the year with Florence, and time was just crazy, and so I dropped it for a while. And then I did pick my Fauxbonichi back up again. And yeah, as I say, I was doing like little doodles with little bits of writing alongside it. Well, you know, if you've ever seen any of my flip throughs, you'll know. I still do watch some videos on Fauxbonichis and things. And other people's Fauxbonichis have like their own drawings in and stamping in and stickers and ephemera and scrapbooking and all that kind of stuff, and people still call it their Fauxbonichi, and people even use other books now other than like, so, and people still call it Fauxbonichi. So for example, people will use a blank sketchbook or a ring bound lined journal or something like that, and they're still calling them Fauxbonichis. So I'm actually really confused as to what a Fauxbonichi is. I was under the impression that a Fauxbonichi looked like the real hobonichi, i.e. the same style of book with gridded paper. To me, that was how I would do it. And you know, some people were putting the line across with a date and everything, like how the hobonichi was. So that's cool. So for example, people who have Fauxdoris, they basically look the same as a Midori, potentially fabric, but leather, whatever. But the Fauxbonichi, people are using that term Fauxbonichi for books that I don't think look anything like a hobonichi. So that confuses me. That really confuses me. And so now I don't actually know what a Fauxbonichi is. I never really knew whether it was a style of journaling or the book itself. And then the more I thought about it, the more I thought and saw how other people were using ephemera and different things in it, I kind of thought a Fauxbonichi must be the book, because the book looks just like the hobonichi. And now, as I say, people are using other types of books and calling it Fauxbonichi. So I'm really confused as to what a hobonichi or a Fauxbonichi actually is. If you've got any thoughts on that, I'd kind of really like to know whether you are confused like I am, or whether it all makes sense to you. It may just be me being a bit of a dimwit. So I am still using my Fauxbonichi. The problem is with everything, it's like a habit. Excuse me. If you break a habit, sometimes it's hard to get back into. And I was doing it daily, and you know, I was showing you flips, and then Florence got poorly, and then I had a break, and I have picked it up again. But the thing with my journals is I do journal regularly, not always daily, because I don't always feel like it or have time or have energy, but I do journal regularly, shall we say. And my journals are about, there are several things for me. They are recording and documenting my day, my life, my memories, as well as processing my thoughts and feelings and stuff that's going on in my little head. And, you know, I like to incorporate doodles in there, drawings, because I find it therapeutic and I enjoy doing it. And sometimes I stick receipts in as like memory keeping and stuff. So it's anything goes. But they are about my life. I journal for me, about my life and stuff like that. So I may have alluded that I've had some stuff going on in my personal life that's been kind of stressful and stuff, and I've journaled about that. I've needed to journal about it, and I've wanted to journal about it because I've wanted to document what's been going on, and also I've needed to journal to process some of the thoughts I've had about that. But it's very private, and it's not something that I can share. So, well, I could share, but I don't want to share because it's private and personal, and I share so much of my life with you guys already out of choice because I enjoy doing it. I really do enjoy sharing with you guys and making videos and stuff. I enjoy it. But because I share so much already, there's a lot that I don't feel like I want to share. So I don't, and that's why you haven't really seen any journal flip throughs of any sort of journal for a while. I will share the odd page on Instagram or on here or something, but generally speaking, whatever journal it is I've been using over the last few months, I haven't done any flip throughs for you guys because of the private content, and I don't want to be like, oh, here's a completed journal, not that I've completed one, but here's a journal, and oh, I can't show you that page, oh, I can't show you that page, oh, I can't show you that page. So I just haven't done any journal flips whatsoever. And I think it's, you know, this channel was born from my love of journals and planners, and I don't think it's right, and I don't think I could use a separate journal and create or document in a separate journal purely for the basis of sharing in videos with you guys. I couldn't do that, and I think you would see through that. You would see that it's not authentic. I think you would see that it has been created purely for the purpose of sharing, and that doesn't sit comfortably with me, so that's why I haven't done it. Yeah, hopefully you can understand that. And when maybe this thing won't go on forever, what's going on won't go on forever, and maybe I'll be able to share again. I don't know. There's always something going on in life. You know, one thing finishes and something else may start, and I know something else may start either this year or next. So yeah, who knows, basically. I will share when I can share, I guess, and I personally still want to carry on journaling and using my journals, but don't want to share fake stuff with you. I want it to be authentic. You know by now that I only share stuff that is authentic and that I believe in, and I'm not fake. I'm not here to make money from you guys. I have a shop, yeah, but that's kind of like that was kind of like a byproduct, kind of stumbled into that, never thought I would. I share here for my love of sharing, and to hopefully inspire you guys to get into journaling or follow your passion, your bliss, whatever you want to do. I share a lot about our vegan journey because I enjoy watching people as they've transitioned from vegetarian to vegan. Everything I do, everything I share because I enjoy sharing it, and hopefully you may get something from it like I get something from other people's videos, and it's all done with the purpose of love and sharing, and hoping to inspire or encourage you to follow your bliss and that kind of stuff. Oh, I've got a parcel coming. Oh, I literally just ran upstairs because I obviously talked so much that I'd run out of camera battery, and now I come in here and I see that it looks like I'm about to have a parcel delivered. So just find my keys, because I haven't seen my keys for days. Where the hell are my keys? Did I answer the question? If you want to know more about journals of Fauxbonichi, then leave me a comment. I will reply, probably in video, because I suck at replying to comments. Because I think I went off on a rambly tangent, so let me know if not. Okay, bye.